What's up, guys? So, I kind of came across this really interesting black sphere looking thing that just came out of pure 100% experimentation, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it's pretty cool and can have like a lot of uses depending on what you decide to do with it. So, let's just kind of jump right into it, and you guys can really use any image you want to produce this effect. Every time you do it, it's probably going to come out differently, but that's what makes this pretty cool. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just go with and yeah, I'm in Photoshop. So if you don't have Photoshop, go to a different video. Um, so yeah, so let's just start with blurring this. And don't get too crazy about these numbers over here. I mean, just blur it out until what you think feels good and just mess around. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you guys like specific numbers. Just do whatever you feel like. Then we're gonna go over to, let's see, posterize, which should be right here. And again, with the numbers, don't worry about it too much. Go a little bit in the higher range. You don't want to be too low, but just kind of down around here. Let's see. Let's go with this. Now we're just gonna mess around with the brightness and contrast values a ton of times. So we'll start by just boosting the contrast 100%. Then we will repeat that. This time we're going to lower the brightness down. Again, we're going to do the same thing. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to actually just take care of the brightness in this one. I mean contrast. Once again, let's try boosting the contrast even more, pulling down the brightness. Try it again. All right, there we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Yeah, as you can see, I'm really just moving stuff around with just out of experimenting and coming up with something kind of cool. There we go. So now I'm getting like these kind of blue, red, green, RGB things going on around the edges, which I think look pretty sweet. Next thing I'm gonna do is duplicate this layer and actually do an RGB split and kind of pull this over like this. And we'll merge these. And you can see like up kind of around here, this is just from sliding the layer over. I'm getting some stuff I don't want. So what I'm going to do is just copy this area, make a new layer, fill the whole thing with white, and then I'll just do a paste. But paste special, paste in place, so it goes kind of exactly where we had it before. Then I'll merge these layers again, and there's really no point to this tutorial other than I'm just like playing around with something that I think looks cool. So let's just keep going with it and just keep messing around with really no goal in mind. So let's try blurring it again. I'm actually going to duplicate this layer just in case. So yeah, let's get that. Let's mess with the contrast again and the brightness. Let's try posterize. So what I'm really trying to do is just draw out the edges of this like black sphere looking thing. So we get these, I don't know, this weird aspect to it. So I don't want to go too far with it. It'd be nice if I could just expand. Let's try this. Let's do another RGB split, but this time we're going to liquefy portions. So let's drop the brush size and just pull out a section that looks kind of, a couple sections that look lame. So let's pull that down and pull this up. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. Let's mess around with these channels here. We got blue, green, blue. All right. So I kind of think I went too drastic with that. Let's do less. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna merge these layers. So there is a way to get this to look more spherical. You can, couple options. I do like having this like super white background, so if I do this, it's gonna turn gray, but if you go in here under other, filter other, and select high pass, and just boost that all the way up, you kind of get like a specular hit, which, I mean, gives it more of a dimensional aspect to it. Or you can just apply white on another layer, kind of up in the corner like this, or let's try and figure out location here. And then, actually, let's start with a lower size, smaller size, and blur this white, just so we don't have like those lines in there. And obviously we can kind of move this around now. Come in with our eraser. So I mean, that gives it a little bit more dimension. Not much, but I don't know. I think this looks pretty cool and can kind of be like the centerpiece to like a poster design or something. So yeah, I kind of did that one earlier, which came out pretty cool too. Personally, I think you should add some noise to this. So a good way to add noise, we're going to hit Command Shift N, and this is going to create a new layer for us, but we're going to have the option to select Overlay down here. And then we're going to fill with overlay neutral color 50% gray. So we're not going to see anything, but I can apply noise to this layer using the blur gallery and doing a field blur. And it kind of just like allows you to have more control over your noise. Instead of just doing like up here, filter, noise, add noise, you're going to get way more control. So if I boost the amount of noise here, and you can kind of already see it over the white right here. You can turn on color, boost up the roughness. Can mess around with the size. Probably go somewhere around there. So it's on overlay right now, but it might change it to hard light to get more out of it. Yeah, so you know what I'm going to do? Instead of applying the noise on the overlay effect, I'm going to apply it on the hard light blending option. So now let's do that. Blur gallery, field blur, noise, there we go. So now it's like way more visible. So there's your size. So yeah, I think that looks pretty sweet. So that already with the kind of white that I added on the inside here of the sphere, it kind of was making it look, with the noise involved, like a little more spherical. What else could we do? So it's nice that this noise is on another layer as well, instead of like in this situation, if you went up here and went filter, noise, add noise, I mean, it's on. I mean, I do like how it like changes the background to a little bit more of a gray color, but yeah, now it would be part of this layer. So if I applied like any more effects, like say I did another blur, it's like, you know, the noise is like all super pixelated now. So it's nice having another additional layer with your noise kind of already added to it. So I guess like we could try doing a motion blur just to see, or a different blur, see what other effects we can get. Yep, so we do have that pink from the RGB split we did earlier. So let's just copy, go into here, new layer, fill with 100% white. Oops, I filled the circle. Now do a paste special so it's in the exact same location. Merge these two layers. Now let's do another motion blur. So yeah, that's like, I don't know, I think that looks super cool. This definitely could be used for something. Especially with the noise, like look at the sphere now, looks like it's getting sucked into the white, like what? Yeah, like I'm 100% for this weird ass experiment. So yeah, I'm just repeating the motion blur in the opposite direction, or horizontal direction. Yeah, maybe just like leave it at that, one of the two. So what we could do is, because I still want to have like those super popping colors, so maybe we can just edit, copy merged, edit undo, and then do a paste so we have that and the other layer. And then maybe if we throw this on lighten, no, that didn't work. Maybe overlay. Yeah, like I'm losing that blur effect. My dog's rolling through. Sup, T-Man? Hey, bud. Yeah, I don't know. One of the two. I mean, I think these both could have some interesting applications. Like even just throwing text next to it would look cool. I don't know, yo. That's a pretty sick design out of nothing. Just a random idea. Just playing with poster eyes and look how like high res that noise is. Like super sick. All right, later. Show me if you like use this for anything because I'd definitely be interested to see what you guys can do with this. Blob. Later.